So, yeah, so what am I apologising for? All the names you called me? The really horrible names you called me? Am I apologising for the stuff you did and you called it reactive abuse? You know, am I apologising for that? If I choose to be on an adult website, I'm an adult, I'll do what I want, yeah? My life. My life if I'm going to be on an adult website. Doesn't mean I'm a predator. The person that is the one coming to my page and literally getting the stuff and putting it on here. Let me just get something straight as well. It was locked to 2 people that night. One woman who pretended to be a woman sent me pictures and videos thinking it was a woman, and some other guy tipping a lot of money.
Let's go outside and say what we've got to say. Right, let's start with the little text caption there. Okay, let me correct you. The people around me, they despise the ground that you walk on. They loathe the air that you breathe. I was rudely interrupted there by Tia taking a dump. They despise the ground you walk on. They loathe the air you breathe. They detest your shadow in the sun. They deplore your existence. Damn, you always tell half a story. Oh, what names did I call you? You seem to have been a bit shy to say. Let me do it for you. I called you a C-U-N-T. But why? Because you could be really, really selfish. You was inconsiderate. You did videos that meant there was going to be consequences for me. So yeah, I called you a C-U-N-T. I called you a piece of shit. I mean, is that really that deep? You associate with people that have called you way worse. Your dad has called you way worse just for you saying good morning. So what's so deep about me calling you a C-U-N-T when you do behave like one and a piece of shit? What else have we got? Yeah, beast. Called you a beast. Why did I call you a beast? Because I would be sat in my room crying, begging, screaming, messaging you, please stop. Please stop pushing me. I don't want to take a blade to my skin anymore. Please stop it, please stop it. I don't want to go running and walking out on the streets anymore. Please stop it, but you wouldn't stop it. So in my heart, I felt like you were a beast. Yeah, I called you an animal as well, didn't I? Because there were many, many times when you was on TikTok that that's exactly what you behave like. You have no discipline. You have nothing inside of you that knows that line between right and wrong. You would talk to people that had done awful things to me. You shook hands with people. You told me you were trying to kill me. So I'd refer to you as an animal rather than take the blade. I'd call you these names. Yeah, and I called you an abuser too, didn't I? I mean, what is all of this? The answer to that one, that's on my YouTube, isn't it? And that one is going to be done properly. So yeah, I called you an abuser. We sat in the park not too far from here, just down there. Because I had to leave my house while you were there cooking your food, and I had to go sit in the park to cry. That same park I sat in where Matt had to call 999 because I was so distressed, which you knew about, but for some reason that time you didn't get me any help. So I call you an abuser. And then we've got hebephile. Been arguing for 2 years. I didn't call you a hebephile. Ella didn't, because there was nothing to suggest back then that you were interested or cared about children aged 14 and 15, if I'm right, watching you make the most disgusting show of yourself. But now, with what you'd got up to in November, I told you a lot. You've got no excuse. So now, you are. Now for the worst bit. You want to talk about an adult website as a message to me on a children's app? Not nice, not good, not correct. Not to mention the things you've said. You're right. What you do is your business to some degree. But when you've got people in your life that you lied to, that you deceived in order to have what you want, because you can't get what you want honestly, it's not all right. You told me that you would never do that again because it ruined your career on social media. You told me it disturbed you so much. You had done things you didn't even want me to know about. You told me You didn't even want to speak to a therapist about it. That's pretty damn deceptive to have yourself a girlfriend. But to have carried on with your disgusting little video to tell me about what you've been doing with women, I would say you really have reached a new level of filth. What you've gone and done is the opposite to everything that you said you would do. So, this is an example, and this is the reason, everybody, that I broke up with Kevin many months ago, but I stayed friends with him. I wasn't staying friends with him. I was protecting me and my family for as long as I could, because that's what you have to do with this man. He doesn't like the fact that I'm clearing my name. With regards to trolls, I'm never going to accept trolling. I'm never going to accept what trolls do. That's true. However, I have had a couple of messages. Not direct, not outright apologising, but not far from. And I accept that. I do. So all I see here is a circle of predators all working in each other's favour. They get you to do the most seediest of acts, to troll you, predatorial level, and you're happy to oblige. You're happy to be that deceptive person, and you're happy to oblige. And here's the real worst bit. He's even got a justification for all of this being on TikTok, a platform for anyone from age 14 up. He doesn't put his account on 18 plus for his content, and he wants to sit and justify all of it by saying he doesn't control what these people do. Absolutely, no you don't. But you're not bothered by it either, and that's the problem. It's not like you're in shock by it. Because if I did OnlyFans, I would like it to be kept private on that platform only. But I'm of the knowledge and I'm fully aware that because of you, there are people that would come to my OnlyFans. I'm aware of what would happen with that. One purchase, life over. So do you know what it is, right? Because I'm aware of it, I wouldn't want anyone to see it, especially minors. And then still go and show myself on a platform as though all I do is sing and dance. And then they look up your name and then they see you live battling later and they see all this content. I don't think you're educated enough to understand the damage that can do to a child psychologically. To be a child and see a man act out like that. Seeing as I was a young girl once, I can imagine how horrific that would be. How scarring that would be. But you don't care, do you? Because you wasn't cared about, was you? No, you wasn't. This was all made normal in your upbringing, but guess what? You met me and you was with me for 3 years and you absolutely learned different. You knew better. Okay, so you don't owe me an apology. You pretty much apologised to me every day I knew you. You just wasn't actually sorry. But here, let me jog your memory a little bit for you. What about the times you kicked me out abroad and made me use my rent money to get home? And then the second time, made me have to beg on the internet for money to get home and for a suitcase? What about the times when you chose everybody over me? What about the times that you told all them lies? What about the time you made it about you and you broke my heart the day I had to take my dog to be put down? What about the time you went to Paris when I got a brick through my window? Something never happened to me before. Right when we broke up. What about apologising for all the things that, as you say, you didn't do? But they were because I stood by you. I didn't have to. I've got quite a few recordings of me trying to break up with you. You using your mental health against me to make me feel bad for wanting to break up with you. What about sorry for the time you went on your TikTok and you body shamed me? What was the point of that? You say there's a lot more you could say. Yeah, come on. If there truly was, you would have said it by now. Your lies have all caught up with you now. I've spoken to everybody that you spoke to about me. Well, the majority of. All your lies have caught up. What can you say? You'd body shame me again? Lovely. Talk about my personal private matters? I mean, lovely. What else could you talk about? What all the times I screamed and screamed and screamed? No need to talk about them. I'm going to be playing them. Do you want to tell everybody that when your depressed, scared, suicidal girlfriend rotted in her bed for 2-3 weeks straight, didn't eat, didn't wash, didn't nothing, it didn't turn you off, did it? And reactive abuse. Okay, there's no such thing as reactive abuse. You're the most disgusting human being I've ever had the misfortune to deal with. Everybody go and ask this man, why does he act the way he acts on TikTok? Why does he say the most awful things to people he battles, to trolls? Why does he say it? Go ask him. Do you know what he'll tell you? It's reactive abuse. You're not going to hold it against me calling you a heberophile, and there's not a single thing you're going to be able to do about it. Because to sit in this world, if we were all a bunch of adults that was in this world saying, well, I didn't do that to a child and I didn't do that to a child, where would our children be? So now for that, you've opened the pit of my stomach to want to dive deep into exactly why did the social workers not change their minds about you? I've got a goddamn right to know. And the next one has a goddamn right to know. There's nothing I'm saying that's out of malice. It's all fact because of your behaviour. Telling my story will allow me to disassociate from you and everything you stand for and everything that you're going to do next. So, let's be real. Who exactly are you doing this platform for? You don't have supporters. It's aimed at stalkers. It's aimed at people that you claim ruined your life and ruined mine. Because you all work together for your own gratification. Don't reply to this. You're everything you are, and you're a big concern. Now, other than my story, you get on with your filthy, lying, dirty, pathetic life with your porn star brother, as you call him. You're just a pair of dirty, vile, filthy council estate boys. Right, so that can stay in the woods there, the evil where it belongs. And I'm back home with my coffee. So if there's any confusion, I was told about that one because it was directed at me, but just not to know what he's doing with his life. Cheers, guys. Oh, shit. Oh, bye.